Can you imagine losing your partner just as you guys are about to get married? Genetie was a young girl who grew up beautiful. Everyone around her adored her. Unfortunately, not everything is always as it seems. As she grew up, Genetie decided to participate in the Miss Ethiopia pageant. She successfully won second runner-up and was praised for doing such an excellent job. This was her start in life, and she quickly found a partner that she loved and decided to build her life with. Unfortunately, tragedy struck. The day after he proposed to her, he passed away under mysterious circumstances. Following the initial shock of it all, Genetie decided to continue with her life. 2 years down the line, she finally found someone new. On Valentine's Day, he was getting ready to pass by her place with a bouquet when he unfortunately succumbed to a car accident. Later, police informed her that in his pocket, they found a ring, understanding that he was most likely on his way to propose to her. Following all this devastation, Genetie couldn't take it. She took a 4-year break from love, relationships, and prayed and fasted, trying to find some peace after all the trauma she had endured. Finally, she met someone. Praying that this person was the right person for her, she finally allowed herself to feel and to love again, finally accepting his marriage proposal. 2 weeks before they were set to get married, he went missing. 3 days after, the police found him unalive and in the forest, butchered and unrecognizable. At this point, everybody in her town started to call her a witch, that she was behind all of these incidents, and those incidents were rather fueling her beauty. Not able to withstand all of this, Genetie decided that she must leave and fled to Tanzania, hoping to build a new life and a fresh start. Upon her arrival, she met several pastors and spoke to them for advice, that she was hoping to build a life, get married, but a few things have been troubling her in her way. They told her to pray and fast and gave her so much spiritual guidance as to how she would ensure that her past did not follow her into her future. And she followed all the information in hopes to finally leave the past few years' trauma behind. Again, she meets someone new, and this time she decides that this will be the time it will all work out. She is a little apprehensive and paranoid and takes things very slow, but little by little, she's getting more comfortable. She's becoming happy again. He proposes, everything is going well, and 2 days before their engagement party, her husband-to-be is mysteriously poisoned and passes away at the hospital. Devastated, Genetie decides to again relocate, this time to Malawi. Upon arrival, she is put in contact with the prophetess her mother highly recommends, Prophetess Tadala, a very, very wise woman with a doctorate degree. Genetie has a sit-down meeting with her and pours out all her life's troubles. Prophetess Tadala tells her, "I understand what you're saying, but where we are, let's shift." So she takes her into a separate room. There she tells Genetie, "I can see within the spiritual realm, and where we were, there is a demonic spirit attached to you that was eavesdropping and listening. Where we currently stand has been blessed, and here is where I will tell you exactly what has been going on in your life." 68 years ago, a man and a woman named Sandra and Okello were married for 6 years, trying without luck to have a child. They had tried all medical means and nothing was working. Eventually, they met with a Nigerian ritualist who told them that he can get them a solution for their troubles. He informed them that he would speak to a spirit god person that would grant them the ability to have a child. All the spirit requests is that every single year they honor and thank this spirit. It is a new tradition that they would have to implement throughout generations for them to remain blessed. If not, a curse will befall them. Sandra and Okello understood, they got their child, and every year they would pray to this spirit and bring it drinks or food or something as a thank you. Now, the child that Sandra and Okello had is Genetie's mother, and unfortunately they never told anyone in their family. They eventually passed away without informing anyone. At the time they passed away, Genetie's mother was already married, so that curse fell on Genetie herself. Prophetess Tadala then went on to say that the spirit has married Genetie and refuses to allow anybody else in her life, which is why every time she is about to get married, the men are struck down. Prophetess Tadala then tells her that, I understand that you've been searching and looking for an answer, and that previous pastors have probably given you spiritual methods and prayers and fasting, but let me tell you that this one is relatively simple and straightforward. To break this curse, a specific token must be released. And to release this token, all I ask for you to do is to get some money, pray upon it, add your favorite Bible verse, and gift this to a happily married young woman. When you do this, it will release you from the bondage of the demonic spirits following you. At this point, she says, okay, you know what? I'm on board. So she searches around herself and finds a young lady that she's comfortable with. She gets some money, prays on it, adds a Bible verse, and goes and gifts it to this woman. She then carries on with her life, hoping and praying for the best. As we are here today, darling baby girl Genetie is married with twins and living her best life. All worked out in the end, and God finally freed her. Sometimes it's not always prayer, fasting, and big incantations. Sometimes just a small act is enough for God to use to unlock tokens in the spiritual realm. That's all I've got for you guys today. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and YouTube at Entangled Web Stories, and I'll catch you in the next episode. Bye.